Please welcome to the Ernie Ball Music Man booth, Joe Walsh.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing really good, Joe. You stole my ice cream cone about 30 years ago at the NAMM show.
I did.
But it was worth it because I could tell everyone it's like,
He was holding an ice cream cone when I met
Joe
him,
Walsh.
so I'll have that.
Joe, you've given a lot of guitars away, but the most famous one you've given away?
Oh, I guess number one, I gave Jimmy Page his Les Paul. That is the body of Led Zeppelin work, because he didn't have one.
And you said you need a good guitar?
Yeah. That was back when they weren't so expensive.
So
But they were just hard to find, and they virtually didn't exist in England. So I had two, and I gave him one. And you know, I've been tempted to ask for it back a couple of times. But too late.
he sees Joe Walsh, he won't take the call because he's afraid you get the guitar back. You know, because there's a picture of that guitar in Brian's office, and Joe was up visiting us, and he said, well, I gave him that guitar. I said, no, I didn't know if that was, I'd heard the story, but I didn't know if that was true.
Yeah, it is.
That's like amazing. You know, do you dream about guitars? It's a crazy subject, but
No, I don't dream about guitars. You don't want to know what I dream about.
but
You can just imagine.
on the road, you still go to guitar stores, right?
Yeah,
You like guitar, right?
yeah, I do. But I always have. I like to go not to the major national stores, but I like to find like a family-owned.
How many of you have a
store.
family-owned store? Okay, well,
Yeah.
you might see Joe someday.
Yeah, I like to go in there and see what they got in the basement, And pawn shops are pretty good. Used to be.
Which was?
Pawn shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I got a 410 Bassman for $160,
Yeah.
and I thought I was tight in the business selling it for $225.
Yeah.
You have any of
Yeah.
those?
No.
Because I would like one. That's why I
Yeah.
was asking.
Yeah.
I know if you have things, you usually give them away.
The problem with pawn shops is I usually come out with like another chainsaw or something. And, it's dangerous. Next time I'm in a pawn shop, I'll get you a present.
How many guitars do you think you own?
Nobody really knows for sure. More than 100.
Way more than 100.
Yeah.
You might have 100 Music Mans.
Yeah.
Because I went to the. You were very kind to invite me to the Eagles show in Vegas a couple years back,
Yep.
and I went into the whatever you call the pit with all the guitars, and the reward of creating and making guitars is getting lucky enough to see somebody like you play them, but then also see that you had so many of them, and a lot of them you'd bought, which was
Yeah.
it was just amazing.
Yeah. I'm holding this because I'm endorsing it. It's a great guitar. It's a new one. They tried to pick the best stuff from the original Stratocaster and put it in one for players. And I really love this. They're continuing to improve it, but it has great pickups. And stays in tune, and the neck's wonderful. So that's why I'm holding this, okay? Check it out.
Yeah. Joe, how long have you used my dad's strings?
Forever.
Do you remember when
Forever.
you were such an important early guy for us too, and
Yeah.
and obviously continue to be.
Yeah.
But back then, there really weren't a lot of rock and roll. There were really no rock and roll guitar string set.
Yeah. Well, string technology hadn't evolved yet, You got strings for about every situation there is. I've been using stainless steel lately. They're pretty interesting. They have a little different sound.
How was your tour? You just did a solo tour.
Really good. A lot of young people coming to hear us for the first time because their parents played us the whole time they were growing up. There's a lot of young kids checking out vinyl and music from previous generations. You know, like we had the Stones, and they have Britney Spears, and they're looking for something a little more meaningful.
We got the better end of that trade.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Good.
So anyway, a lot of young people, unfortunately, I never thought about this, but all our groupies are grandmothers now. I never thought about that, but that can get kind of ugly. And, you know, I have a lot of guitar players, young guitar players, in front of me like this for the whole show. But that's okay. It's all okay.
How old were you when you wrote Funk 49?
22.
Still, I mean, you go in guitar stores, go anywhere, everyone knows that. Everyone
Yeah.
plays it.
Yeah, that one came out pretty good. That was, you know, that was 3-piece. Somebody count off. See you at the end. Here we go. Records aren't made like that anymore. I had a Fender Telecaster and a blackface Fender Champ. That's all I had for Funk 49. And the reason Funk 49 sounds like that is because of the 8-inch speaker in the Fender Champ. That's how you get that sound. 10-inch speaker won't do it. So there's the secret.
I'm sorry, I'm sort of like, I got caught in a fan moment there.
Yeah.
That was so awesome. I mean, because the sound was just perfect.
Yeah.
Still is.
Oh, it's amazing.
No refrigerator. So when you record now, it's pretty. How much of new do you use versus old, or it's all Pro Tools?
Oh, it depends on the song, and it depends on what the other guitar player is using, and you know, it depends. But left to my own devices, I'll plug a guitar into an amp, small amp, and turn it up, and ready go. I don't like where modeling has gone. Why play a modeling program of a deluxe when you have a deluxe?
That's a good point.
I don't like them. I just don't like them. I'm an analog guy, and I like analog stuff.
Great song too, by the way.
Thank you. I got a panel to do. I'm gonna have to excuse myself.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's great to see you.
Yeah. Great to see you.
Try one of these. And have a good day.